Hi everyone, it is so good to see you here online each Sunday and in person too. We had a great turnout for the Blessing of the Animals. Thanks to all of you who brought your animals in person, in photos, and in your hearts. We also had a special treat at the 9 o'clock service, which is that we got to bless the marriage and celebrate the renewal of vows between George and Judith Newby. 50 years of marriage. In times like these, that kind of commitment and love is needed more than ever. Thank you, Judith and George, for letting us be a part of your special day. We even got to celebrate with their daughter over Zoom and also with someone who was at their wedding 50 years ago. It reminds me that a mix of online worship and in-person worship is possible. There are still kinks to work out, of course. We're still working on sound, for example, but a hybrid model that includes the folks that we've reconnected with during the pandemic is possible. For now, we're still following the guidance of the state and our COVID task force, wearing masks, staying outside for gatherings. Our staff is also wearing masks when we interact and keeping our distance from one another, as hard as that can be sometimes. Thank you for your continued patience with us and with technology. One positive aspect of our new online connectivity is that we can connect and gather with our brothers and sisters from across the Southwest Conference much more easily. This Saturday, we will gather for the annual meeting of the Southwest Conference over Zoom. Please read the midweek message for directions on how to attend. I'm talking about the Saturday session here. You can attend whether you're a delegate or not. However, in order to attend, you do have to sign up for the Zoom link. So make sure you do that. And that information is below in the midweek message. After Saturday, and that's the business session, on Sunday, there's going to be a worship service that the entire Southwest Conference is sharing together. That will be at 10 a.m. New Mexico time. There are two ways to participate in that worship service. One is via Facebook, and that link is below. If you use this method and you watch the Facebook live stream, you can comment in real time and interact with those who are in the service. The other way is to log in or call into our regular Zoom as you would usually. I will broadcast the live Facebook thing on my computer so you can watch it just by logging in the way you always do. The difference is, it's at 10 o'clock and 10 o'clock only. So if you log in at 9, I will be there. I'll put the Zoom on, but nothing's really going to be happening worship-wise until 10 o'clock. All right, I'll stay on from 11 to 12 too. So if you want to just hang out, I'll be here. But the worship service is at 10 a.m. New Mexico time, and all the information you need for that is in the midweek message. Some other things that are coming up, make sure you get in touch with Darling Vienna Mata if you're interested in her course. It's a one-time workshop on grief and trauma in the time of COVID. It's a really important thing for us all to be managing right now, so please let her know if you're interested, because she's going to design the class around the people participating. You can get her information from Erica in the church office if you don't have it already. Also, make sure you mark your calendars for October 8th. That's next Thursday from 1 to 3 p.m. The Women's Retreat Group is leading Zentangle, which is a meditative practice. It's mostly individual-led, so we can have masks on and be at a distance, but it really does make a difference. Even if we're not talking to each other, just being in each other's presence is wonderful. So if you feel safe doing that, we'd love to have you. Again, it's Thursday, October 8th from 1 to 3. So we'll be outside for Zentangle, but don't forget there are still lots of things going on inside our building too, including an ever-changing group of Family Promise guests, which include families with kids experiencing homelessness. Several of our guests have graduated from the program, yay, which is making room for new families. Right now, they could really use some supplies, especially coats as the weather gets colder. Information, including sizes, are listed in the midweek message. They could also use some baby furniture. We have 2 families with little babies who will hopefully be moving into housing soon. Our building has definitely filled some vital needs during the pandemic, and I'm so thankful that you and the council said yes to Family Promise staying here. And our building, like all of us, is in need of a little TLC right now. Leaks in the roof in particular are causing some problems. After many bids, hours of work by our council, and a special congregational meeting, we agreed it was imperative to replace the roof. This will prevent more damage from being done to the exterior and interior of our building. So, replacing the roof is part of a capital campaign that we are kicking off this week. More information will be coming to you in the mail, so look out for that. The biggest expense is the roof, of course, but there's some other repairs that will save us money in the long run that are really important that we take care of right now. We're trying to raise $50,000 from donations, so prayerfully consider if you're willing to give a little bit extra to help us keep this building in great shape for ministry. And yes, we will be back one day. We're in this place in the pandemic where we're starting to realize, or at least I am, just how long this is going to be. So we're adjusting some of our expectations and trying to find a more sustainable way to be community, not just in the short term, but if this lasts several months and even beyond that. I'm brainstorming, the council is brainstorming, we're using every ounce of creativity that we have, but we know that there's a lot of wisdom in the community. So if you have ideas, not just about activities, but in general about philosophy and approach for how we can continue to build community in this time, more time with Molly, is that what you're saying? Let us know. We are open to your input. We need it. We love you. We're here for you. Don't hesitate to reach out if you're in a place where you need support.